Well, it's not necessarily sunny, but it's warm enough, so I couldn't really waste the day sitting around, so I decided to get on my bike. Have no idea what the hell I was going to talk about, but then I had an idea. What goes better with bikes other than heavy metal? I don't really know, too much about what I want to say because there's just so many routes that you can go with metal. It's really whatever the hell you want with metal. Didn't really have a chance all through 2016. Obviously, was a darker year in my life, but along with school and work, I was putting in like 80 hours a week, and I missed out on a lot of new albums and missed out on a lot of bands coming and going. I did get to see Black Sabbath though in February, which is freaking awesome because I've been listening to them since I was a wee single cell organism. I mean, here's an early picture of myself jamming some Sabbath. Anyway, when I first started playing guitar, like the first 3 songs I learned were all Black Sabbath. I started out with Iron Man. I learned the rhythms of it. I couldn't really do any soloing yet, but I learned all the rhythm parts for it, and then I picked up Paranoid and Electric Funeral. Started branching out to other bands from there, but Black Sabbath has always been the band for me that kind of, it started off metal in general, but for me especially, it started it. Grew up listening to all sorts of music from both sides of the family, but it stuck more to rock and roll, Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath, Molly Hatchet. The wondrous variation right there just goes to show, you got your English metal band and an English rock band, and then you got a southern rock band, but they all satisfy all the same. I find these days, though, I'm more of a fan of the symphonic metal bands, thinking like Camelot, Dimmu Borgir, Epica, really anything from Pink Floyd to like, I don't know, the most guttural band you can think of, like Cattle Decapitation or Dying Fetus. I mean, it's there's days where my iTunes will go from Pink Floyd to Dying Fetus, and the smile on my face will be just the same, maybe even bigger considering on who's with me and their facial reaction when something comes on. I dig going to the local bars and hot spots and checking out the bands whenever I can. Unfortunately, working 4 days straight and then having 3-day weekends with my weekend falling on regular weekdays for what would be everyone else, it's hard to go out and see a lot of the bands locally, and it just kind of sucks. Wish I could go see more. Hopefully over summer, maybe some Friday shows or maybe even Wednesday or Thursday shows will start popping up, and I'll be able to go out and start getting back into the community again. It doesn't matter what country you're from or what language you speak. Thunderous drums and screaming guitars is a universal language. Some of the biggest bands in the world and some of the biggest concerts in history have been in foreign countries that don't speak English. Through the years, people say metal's dying, but you know what? How many other genres do you know of that have lasted so long while experiencing so many variations and so many, waves of music? I mean, you should watch, both documentaries by Sam Dunn. I'll have to put the links in on the description here somewhere, but both his documentaries are very eye-opening to the world of metal, and I highly recommend checking them out. Learn quite a bit and how much of a cultural impact it has all over the world. I mean, we're talking, there's people in Iran that love heavy metal, but if the government was to find out that they were playing it, they would kill them because it's, against their religions or whatever. But these guys love metal so much that they are literally willing to die for it. I mean, how fucking metal can you get? It's like the most brutal thing ever. I feel like motorcycles and metal have a lot in common too. I mean, you all give each other shit when it comes down to it, Harley guys and Victory guys, you Japanese sport bikes guys versus everyone else, and when it comes down to the end of the day though, you're all two-wheeled brothers, and you live for the same joys in life. You're going to give each other crap all day long, but then at the end of the night you're still going to pop a cold beer with your buddies and have a meal and share your stories through the day that you've made together. And metal's kind of the same way. No matter where you go in the world, you're always going to find a guy trying to write the next heaviest song ever on drums or guitar, and you're going to be able to conversate, like, hey, how did you do this, and what's the music theory behind this and that. And it's just one of those, it's the universal language again, and it's just beautiful. Might not sound beautiful to some of you, but when I can listen to bands from France and Germany and anywhere in South America, Europe, got your Middle Eastern bands, hell, even some Chinese bands are popping up every now and then. You can't tell me that it's not a worldwide phenomenon, even when the government and all these protesters, that's violent, you're gonna corrupt the kids, man, bullshit, shut up. When people hate it that much, something right is going on, and that's all there is to it. And there's a lot of, background politics to music too that kind of ruins it. We bitching about who plays last and all the set time, like, it's all respect and all that, but at the same time, these petty little arguments and all that, it doesn't really do anything to help the music in general. What band did this, what band does that. If you don't like their music, you don't have to buy their merch, you don't have to buy their CDs. But at the same time, telling them they suck and that they're assholes and whatnot, you kind of invalidated your arguments, lost respect from anyone that's willing to listen to you. Now, if you are, a fan of a band, by all means, go out and get their CDs, their t-shirts, see them live, hang out with them, talk to them, get to know them. Usually, the heavy metal guys are, big scary Vikings, yeah, you just stand on someone and kill them, yeah, whatever. Heard all that shit before. But at the same time, these guys, most of them are just biggest teddy bears, and most of them are more down to earth and charitable than any group of people on the planet. Same with bikers. You give them shit and you think they're all hard asses and mean and gruff and scruffy and ugly and dirty, but sometimes it's true. You ride 1,200 miles down the Destin like I did, and you're covered in dirt and dust and road grime, and you smell like an armpit and some kind of weird taco meat. But at the same time, if someone really needed help, I'm not going to just turn them down and flip them the bird unless they, cut me off earlier in the day, in which case I'll probably pull up the road and point and laugh because they deserved it. But yeah, you guys, if you know any good biker rallies or parties or, any good metal shows coming up, let me know and recommend some good albums from last year and even ones coming up this year, because I want to hear them, I want to see them. If you're a local musician or a band, by all means hit me up and I will feature your songs on one of my videos. I'd love to. If I can't make it to one of your concerts, I would, I'd love to help spread your music one way or another. Lately too, I've fallen under another umbrella of rock and metals. I've been listening to a lot of hard rock blues or dirty blues, whatever you want to call it. It smells like propane over here. Someone's gonna blow up. One of the favorite memories I have, I started off doing benefit concerts. I did my first one my senior year of high school, and that was the Play for the Cure. We donated all the funds to breast cancer research, the Susan G. Komen Foundation. the later years when I was at Miami and I was planning shows, they were a lot more personal and a lot more touching because all the charities we donated to were local people that could actually see us, talk to us, shake our hands, come to the show and enjoy it. So one of my favorite memories, we were playing at Miami University in 2011, Hawkfest, the first Hawkfest. And we were playing to raise money for an infant that had brain cancer, had a large tumor, wasn't expected to live much longer. Family was in Middletown, which, as you know, is one of the poorest cities in America after the AK Steel closed. Anyway, we're sitting there playing the show. It's all high school bands, college bands, just jamming away, and finally our turn came up to play, and we played the most random set of metal songs ever. I mean, it seems like we played Twisted Sister, Disturbed, Slayer, Slipknot. God, I can't remember what all we played. It was just, stuff that doesn't really flow well, but we played it. It was fun. Everybody had a good time. Anyway, the father of this infant was a huge Slayer fan, and we decided that we were going to play Raining Blood as our finale song. And he comes in, he's got a Slayer shirt on, and I can see him standing in the back, and I didn't really know who he was until the student org advisor comes up to the stage, thanked everyone for coming out to the night, let everybody know how much money we made, where all it was going to, and introduced him as the child's father. And he's standing back there crying because he was so happy about all these kids coming together and putting on a concert to raise money for his daughter. And we started playing Raining Blood, and the dude's face just lit up, and he's back there jamming away, holding this baby in his arms. A big burly dude. He's probably like 6'4", full beard, real long hair. I mean, big dude, buff, huge dude back there crying, holding his baby, jamming out the Slayer because he was so happy. It's moments like that that really define heavy metal for me. And as much as I love playing, I gotta say, I don't have a musical bone in my body. When I was learning my guitar, I forced myself to play, 4 to 8 hours at a time, and over the summer break, just jamming all day, learning as many cover songs as I could. Didn't really have a creative bone in me to write music. I mean, I tried for years and years and years, and I have a few songs that I wrote, but nothing that stuck out. I always had more fun playing covers anyway. It was a lot less responsibility and weight on my shoulders. It's just going out and having fun with my buddies. That's what we did too. Every practice was like a little party and time of our lives. And then when we did the shows, it was always something, we're doing benefit concerts and stuff, so it was always those really touching moments. It's absolutely fantastic feeling. I miss it. Anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, smack that like button, either with your face or with your friend's face. Hit that subscribe button with your other friend's face. Just take that monitor and right into their grill or something. Look at that. Stay humble to nature, you guys. Look at that beautiful sunset. Speaking of nature and metal, Forces of Nature, give them a listen. Check out their Facebook, check them out live, talk to them. Stupid red light.